Hello everyone again, welcome to Big Fusion Tips. In this video we're going to continue in our Modify tab. In this video we're going to be going over the Scale tool. Now the Scale tool is very helpful when you're making a 3D design or an object, and let's say you didn't really think it through before you started actually creating your 3D object, and then you find out that it needs to be scaled up or scaled down because it's not big enough or it's too big. So what you would do, instead of going back and resizing it in your sketch or however else you would do it, you could use the Scale tool in the Modify tab. So we'll go ahead and click our scale. We'll go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to highlight our object that we want to resize. So we'll select this coffee mug and we will select it, and as you can see we have this little arrow right here, and basically we can just click and drag, and as you see it'll start to get bigger. You also have this dialog box that you can just put 2. So basically what that would do, that would make it 2 times the size of its original, what you originally made the size of it. You could also do a negative number. So as you can see, 1 is how it is by default. So if you want to do it half the size, you would go 0.5 instead of 1. It would be half the size of the original object, in this case our mug. As you can see, you can do it in different ways. You could do uniform or non-uniform. You can kind of, fine-tune it how you want. I've never really used it, so that'd be something you'd want to kind of play around with. But once you're done, you hit OK, and now it's resized. I'll go ahead and show you another thing that's kind of handy to know. So let's say you have an object here like this, and we'll go ahead and go to our Scale tool. We'll go ahead and highlight it once again. But what I have done was, let's say this object here, I need it to be a little bit longer. So from this point to this point is 30 millimeters. Let's say, oh, I really need to do it from here to be 50 millimeters. So what I did is I created a sketch and went off of our origin and created this line. So now this line is 50 millimeters. So now what you would do, as you see, whenever you scale it up, it goes past or out of the boundary of our origin here. So as you can see, it is not staying on tune as our line. It's growing off of this point here. So what you would want to do, and what you can do, is you can highlight our entity and you can select point. So what point do we want this object to grow off of? Well, we're going to go off of our origin point here, and as you can see it moves the arrow. So now we can go ahead, and as you see it is stretching all the way over to our line. So now I'm not going to say that it is exactly 50 millimeters, but it kind of gives you an idea of how far over you need to get it to get to that 50 millimeter to make that difference. So now once you're done, you hit click, and now let's see how close we made it to this. 50.0488. You could also do a press pull or an extrude to get rid of it. But that is pretty much it. The Scale tool is very useful if you didn't think it through before you actually started making it. So that's it for this video. A very simple explanation. We're going to continue moving on in our Modify tab. Hopefully this video was helpful. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. They are helpful, and look forward to seeing the next video. As always, stay creative.